Hi guys, well, welcome back to my channel for another video. The lighting in my room, when we just addressed, is not great today. It's thunderstorming all day where I live, and I just got my planner in yesterday, so I couldn't wait because I do want to fill it out. So I'm going to show you guys the new planner I got, which is from Plum paper. I'm so excited. I'm gonna kind of talk to you a little bit about it, and then I will do a slow flip through of it so you can see how I customized it and what it looks like inside. So let's just start off with last year I did release a video and I was using the Erin Condren Homeschool Planner, but over some careful consideration I decided I did not want to support that company anymore. So I switched to Plum paper, and I used to use Plum paper probably 3 years ago. So the first one I ever used was Plum paper, and then I had like the smaller one for Plum paper, but it was I had all these extra things added to it that first year I used it, and one was pretty pricey at the time. It probably still is if you add a lot to it, but I didn't use a lot of the stuff that I added to it. So the next year I went to Chaos Coordinator, which I love Chaos Coordinator. However, they don't use the spiral binding, like the coil binding on Chaos Coordinator, which is a very affordable homeschool planner. Very simple. I loved it. I love that it was hardcover, but I used that for a whole year, and I was like, okay, I'm going to use that again the next year. And then they stopped with the spiral binding, so then I switched to Erin Condren. Now, the one thing I didn't love about the Erin Condren planner was the feel of the paper. And I know that sounds really weird, but if you're using something like every single day and you don't love, like absolutely love it, you're gonna find that you aren't excited to use it, or even if at all. So halfway through the year, I was so over that planner. It was way too big, and basically I got a larger one last year. So this one is the 7x9, I believe, and it's not the smallest one that Plum paper has, but it's in the middle, and I think it's the perfect size because last year when I used Erin Condren's planner, it was very large, and I don't know, I just felt like it was so big, and every time I went to go grab it, and I don't know, I know it sounds weird, but I just didn't love it, and I stopped using it actually. So lesson planning was really challenging for the rest of the school year for me because I stopped using it. And so I thought, okay, am I gonna go back to Chaos Coordinator but not have the spiral binding? And I had it in my cart on Amazon, and I'm like, no, I can't, because I have to have spiral binding. I don't like the binding that is like, I don't even know what that's called, but the non-spiral binding I'm not a fan of, especially in a planner. So what I decided to do was get the coil binding. I did upgrade to the gold coil binding, which is $10 extra, but I just thought if I'm gonna invest in it, I really wanna love it. And I wanted the gold coil because I thought it matched this really nice. Now it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it's kind of like, it's white, like a creamy white with, it almost looks like a very, very light pink floral, and I know on their website maybe it doesn't look like that. I thought it was more of a cream tone, but I was really glad actually that it's like this like light pale pastel pink color. I don't know, love it. And inside I decided to do, I love that it's fully customizable, but the tabs right here, you can do the neutral, which is like, I think it's just white, but I decided to do the colorful one because I think it'll pop a color with the neutral cover. And the hardcover is $10 extra also. Now, they don't have as many options for the hardcover, but that was one thing I really enjoyed from Chaos Coordinator was the hardcover. So that's why I decided to go with that. When I used Plum paper a few years back, I had the like the plastic cover, which is really nice. They have like a million different or not a million, but they have a whole bunch of different cover choices to choose from, but I really enjoy the hardcover. That's just my personal preference. And I love this size, it's perfect, but I will show you guys everything that's inside of it. Also right now, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they have like a sale going on with Plum paper, and you get like a little freebie with it, which this is what they sent me with it, and it's just like these little paper tabs, which I do have some, but this is perfect and it matches my planner on the inside. 2 extra things that I picked up, it's not associated with Plum paper, but These I've used for a few years. These are the midliner highlighter and markers. These are my favorite markers. Love them for planning. They don't bleed through the paper. I'm just a huge fan. I love them. And I love all the different colors. I did buy this from Target a few years ago. They are a little on the pricier side, but I love them. They don't bleed through and they're great. I'm obsessed with pastel lately. That's like my new favorite like color scheme. So I did buy these pastel Sharpies. These, I'm not gonna lie, might bleed through. I just bought these because I thought maybe I can use it a little like here and there in my planner, but I will let you know if they bleed through. I have a feel, it says no bleed on them, on the package, but I'll have to try that out. Also, really quick, another thing I love about Plum paper is the feel of the paper is so sleek and smooth, and I just like, I love it. Now, Erin Condren's paper was a little different. It was thicker, and if I had to describe what it felt like to write on it, it was like writing on cardstock. Like maybe not as thick, and I just wasn't a fan of that. And I knew when I opened it, because I did a first impressions, and at first I was like, oh, I like this. And then after I was writing on it, I'm like, oh no, I don't like it. So I feel so good about this planner choice, and I'm gonna show you guys everything that's inside and how it's customizable. There is one thing that I did not do. So I think it's about $6 extra to customize, to put in your kids' subjects or whatever you want in certain sections. I originally did that, but then I thought, what if like I swap something out or we stop using something and then I'm stuck with that in my planner? Like, so for example, right here was an option to, you could put in anything you want. Like you can put the subjects, your kids' names, whatever. And I was gonna do that, but I'm glad I actually left it blank. And also these are only offered for, the hardcover is not offered for a full year, but I don't homeschool year round, so I didn't think that that mattered. So I got the 10-month option, which is perfect because we will be starting in August. I do not have a start date yet still. I'm thinking like middle of August is probably when we'll start back up with our homeschool. I'm very eager to start, but there is one more thing I have to purchase before we get started. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys everything that's inside of it. So much for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this flip through and listening to me kind of babble on about homeschool planners, which I love homeschool planning. It's so much fun. If you want to see how I fill it out and how I actually lesson plan, let me know down below. And also, what planners are you guys using? Do you even use a homeschool planner? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.